So originally I was going to make a compilation of all my Blox fruit footage on the average server experience I've had, but I got a bit sidetracked, and today you're going to know why this video went from being pushed to Saturday of last week to whenever this video decides to fucking come out. So recently I decided to start scratching off some of my Blox fruit bucket list to see how much I can get done before update 20 dropped. That list consisted of maxing out my level, getting observation V2, getting God Human, and getting true triple katana. Now I've been max level for about 3 to 4 months now. That was a bitch and a half and an entirely different video on its own. I'm about halfway through getting observation V2, and all I need to do is buy God Human once I've gotten all the materials I need. So I decide to take my time and go after true triple katana. How hard could it be, right? Right? Yeah, fuck that. This is Blox fruit. Of course it's gonna be a pain in the fucking ass. So for all you newbies out there, true triple katana is a mythical weapon that you could theoretically master in 2nd C, but the process of getting it is absolute hell. You'll see what I'm talking about soon. So how do you acquire this sword to begin with, huh? Well, first you need to get 3 separate legendary swords: Wando, Sadi, and
Shisui.
Yeah, that one. And the only way you can get your hands on these is from this disgrace to the gene pool known as the legendary sword dealer. You would think it would be as simple as going up to the NPC and buying the swords, but nah, cause remember, this is Blox fruit, and the game and devs wants to waste your time as much as possible to raise that sweet playtime number. Not only does this fucker spawn once every 3 hours, but he only gives you the option to buy a single sword. Keep in mind, you need 3 of these shits, so that's a 33.33% chance to get the sword that you actually need. Now that itself wouldn't be so bad if it wasn't a first come first served system with this asshole. If he spawns and someone else finds him first, then you'll have to wait an additional 3 hours to get the chance of buying from him. So this inadvertently puts the whole server at each other's throats to get these swords. And if you suck at PvP, then I hope you have a fast clicking finger, buddy, because 9 times out of 10, you're gonna get nuked by some random asshat for even daring to breathe in the vicinity of the dealer. But let's say the server is chill. You have a decent shot at getting to the dealer first. You sit for 10 minutes to get the dialogue from the cafe manager. You get a 15-minute warning bell, and you wait with bated breath, ready to check the 7 possible locations that this dickhead can spawn at. You click the manager one more time, and you're met with, meh, he left not too long ago. So if you're not a veteran to the game, you probably won't realize that once you reach 2nd C, the number of hackers you'll find in a server will fucking triple in numbers. For a game that claims to have anti-cheat, you really can't fucking tell half the damn time. These niggas don't even try to hide it. They're bold and in your face about it. It makes grinding a living nightmare for the average player. And you can usually tell who the hackers are because they'll have a username that looks like they've mashed their keyboard into the wall about 50 fucking times. And because of these blatant script kiddies, when you're trying to find the dealer in public lobbies, then you're better off trying to actually find the fucking One Piece in real life. Because the moment this dude spawns, without fail, hackers will teleport to him and instantly buy from him. I hope you like wasted time, my dudes, because that's all you're gonna get when you're trying to grind for this sword in public servers. The scenario I used earlier, deadass happened to me. The amount of rage and disappointment I fucking felt was dense enough to form a black hole. I've never been more pressed about having to spend 200 Robux on a private server in my life. But that was gonna be the only way I would be able to get my crusty ass fingers on these fucking blades. But if you thought public servers were hell, then dealing with private servers has to be its own circle of hell by itself. Cause sure, for the small fee of 200 Robux, you won't have to deal with other players, but what you will have to deal with is the crippling amount of boredom you will face waiting for this scammer ass dealer to spawn. In a private server, it takes on average 4 hours for this nigga to spawn. You need 3 of these swords to get true triple katana. So that means if you're lucky, you will spend 12 hours waiting for the dealer to spawn. And what makes this even more painful is that the game doesn't have a system where the dealer knows which swords you already own. So you'll have instances where the dealer spawns and you get fucking repeats. So that means you just wasted 4 hours of your life and you have to spend another 4 hours hoping and praying that you get the swords that you need. I spent 28 hours getting this bullshit. 12 hours getting the 3 swords, 12 hours wasted because the dealer decided to give me Sadi 3 fucking times in a row, and the last 4 was over the course of 4 separate 1-hour server hopping sessions. Now look, I get it, it's a mythical weapon and these are legendary swords. We wouldn't want it to make it too easy for the majority of players to get it. It should be expected to be somewhat of a challenge. But there's a fine line between challenge and absolute insanity. My dumbass thought that once I had all 3 swords, I could just craft the sword myself. Only after watching a random video did I discover that in order to get the physical true triple katana, it would be an entirely separate purchase in and of itself. You spend 6 million bellies on these 3 swords. Then the game makes you level each of those swords up to 300 mastery to have the privilege of getting true triple katana, just for you to then have to spend another 2 million and grind that up to 350 mastery if you want to use the 2 moves it have. God forbid if you want to go out of your way to upgrade it too. That's a combined total of 1,250 mastery levels across each sword and 8 million belly that you spent buying them. All this effort, all this pain, all this emotional damage for a sword that the majority of the community considers mid as fuck for PvP. Sick, great, love that, fan-fucking-tastic. To give you a scope of how much shit I accomplished whilst I was waiting in between the timer for the sword dealer to spawn, I managed to do this. Raise my dark step to 400, unlock death step, get that to 400. I unlocked water kung fu and sharkman karate in the same day and got both of those up to 400 mastery. I unlocked dragon's breath and dragon's talon and got those to 400 mastery. I increased my observation level by 1,000 points, and I unlocked Rengoku and got that up to 300 masteries, even though it wasn't needed and I was bored, so I pretty much just did it for shits and giggles. All of this, and I still needed to wait another 10 hours before I could get my hands on true triple katana. Last time I checked, I was supposed to be playing a game, not working a second full-time job. If I wanted to get my ass blasted this fucking hard, I would have applied to Bang Bros and Fake Taxi. There's no logical reason why I need to jump through this many hoops and fucking rings just to get my hands on this flimsy ass sword. But fuck it. I crossed it off my bucket list. I never have to look back. And with that being said, is true triple katana worth it? Fuck if I know. I don't fucking give a shit. The moment I unlocked the last move for this sword, I logged off and I haven't logged back into the game since. And that was a fucking week ago at the time of recording. So, moral of the story, this game can suck my dick. Go fuck yourself. Goodbye.